Hey guys, welcome to the show. Sorry for the weird start there. Let's try to clean this up a little bit. All right, there we go. I think it's up a little bit. See, that looks good. Sound is okay, but the video, I'm not liking the video. That looks a little rough. All right, anyway, let me know, guys, if there's a problem. But welcome. Let's get some music going. There we go. A little bit better. All right. Good morning, Sri Lanka. It is Sunday morning, and I'm just getting ready for my day. So I thought I'd share with you guys a quick update, a quick shout out, a quick hello. First of all, I want to say a quick thank you to everyone who is liking, sharing, commenting, who's joining. My friends from all over the world. I have friends, I'm going to comment about who is visiting me in Sri Lanka right now. All my Sri Lankan brothers and sisters, thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. I want to say a big thank you to the channel sponsors, okay, the supporters. You guys who, number one, watch all the time, okay, comment all the time. Absolutely love you guys. Thank you so much for your kind words, your comments. It's things like that that just, put me over the top in that, like, oh wow, I'm actually doing something that people are interested in. I'm not just doing it for myself. Others are actually interested in what I'm doing as well. So that's a bonus for me. Those of you who are new, I'm Sri Lankan Sammy. I'm retired with mom and dad. I'm a Canadian expat living in Sri Lanka. Semi-retired, and I work online. So I work in Sri Lanka. In South Korea. And I'm just sharing my life experiences with you all to hopefully inspire and educate, promote, and whatever it might be. But I do, like I said, I want to give a shout out to a few special people. Number one, Terry. Brother, you are way too much in your kindness and your generosity. Terry is one of our biggest supporters here on the channel, on the Sri Lankan Sammy family, part of the Sri Lankan Sammy family. And he came in last week, and we ended up meeting up. And he has generously donated for our charity to help rebuild a house for a family that we found up north. And we're going to be taking care of that in the next week or two. Start that project. So everything that people donate, I match dollar for dollar. So we donated quite a bit, and we have more than enough to fully repair their house, get them some furniture and some food, some staples for quite a while. So that was great. But when he came, he also brought me some coffee, which was really welcome. Because I do love my coffee. I just finished my coffee, so I'm happy with that. He brought some chocolate for dad and a shirt for mom. And mom says, "Thank you, Jerry. Really appreciate it." And Desmond was like over the moon. Couldn't believe the support you gave him. So he appreciated that. In the video that I have coming out in a couple of days, he gives a big shout out to you as well. We have another friend who wants to remain anonymous, who's coming into town, who's actually here, but unfortunately I don't have the time to meet up. Oh no, sorry, that's somebody else. I have a friend, a supporter who is looking to come in November, and hopefully looking to connect, talk about retirement. But this person wants to remain private, so I'll maintain that privacy. But I'm glad I'm able to, offer advice on that. Retiring in Sri Lanka, the steps required, the pros and cons and things like that. So I'm glad to offer support wherever I can. And if you guys want to support, just click the link down below and buy me a coconut. Help support the channel, the charities, whatever you want to do. If you want to do passively, just watch one of the ads all the way through. Click the link on the ad. That will help the channel passively, okay? Because my channel is monetized, so appreciate that. And another supporter coming from Indonesia is here now. Unfortunately, that's the person I can't meet because they leave on Tuesday. I have way too much work to do today. After this, I have a whole heap of production and editing that I have to do. And then back to work Monday, Tuesday, and they're leaving on Tuesday. So unfortunately, couldn't find the time to meet with them because my schedule is just way too busy during the weekdays. Weekends is my only free time. And this weekend was booked up with family stuff because I didn't know they were coming until last minute. Our good friend Darren from Australia is coming in next week, I think it is. When are you coming in there? I have it in my calendar. You're here in 2 weeks. End of the month. End of the month, you'll be here. So that'll be a lot of fun. Catch up with Darren again. I saw him in February, so it'll be good to see him again. Chat. And this is fun. I mean, I'm really happy to meet subscribers. This will, I'm up to like now almost 5. And that's great. I really love it. A big shout out to Marvin, a good friend Marvin from the UK, Germany and the UK. Good to see you, brother. And just Chris. Chris is a new friend on the channel, always commenting. Truly appreciate that. Who else do we have here? We have Chris. Dashada Hanakaya. I'm going to assume that's a Sri Lankan name. Thank you again for commenting. Someone commented on my medical checkup, and I said it was 42,000 rupees. I just want to be clear. It's 42,000 Sri Lankan rupees. I mean, I'm going to comment on local currency. I'm not going to convert it for every single country out there. I may say US dollars. But predominantly I'll say Sri Lankan rupees, and then I'll say either I'll put the conversion rate in US dollars. But I just want to be clear. I'm living in Sri Lanka. I'm Sri Lankan Sammy. I'm going to comment in Sri Lankan rupees. So hopefully that didn't cause too much confusion. Don't understand why it would. Zachary Ferreira, good to see you, brother. Thank you for commenting. True country fanatic. Interesting questions about my married life, or single life, why I chose to remain single? And very valid questions. I love it. Our friend from Indonesia, thank you so much. Truly, truly appreciate you taking the time to watch the videos. So what else is going on? Well, I moved upstairs. So I'm now in the upstairs bedroom because we had to move Dad downstairs. He's having a little bit of trouble climbing up and down the stairs, and we don't want to prevent a future accident of him maybe tripping and falling or something. I mean, he's 88 years old, so it's not getting any easier. I mean, I've tripped up those stairs. Going up the stairs, I've tripped. I remember a few years ago, it was like the second last day before I left, and I fell hard on my knee, and my knee swelled up, and it was in pain, and I was flying. It was awful. Here comes Soxy the dog. Hello. Soxy walks into my room, looks in the bathroom, looks on the terrace, and then walks out. What are you doing? It's very strange. The dog is confused because this used to be her room where she would sleep. Now I'm here. So it's very confusing for her. But I'm in a much bigger room and I have more space. I set up my extra monitors. I've got now 5 monitors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 monitors. What am I going to do with 6 monitors? I don't know. It's just I've got them. I might as well use them, right? So this afternoon, I'm going to take a rest because I've been up since it's now 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning in Sri Lanka. I've been up since 4:30. I had a class early morning. I had a student who likes to have Sunday mornings. I mean, it's 8 a.m. in Korea. And hello, dog's back in the room. Why are you here? Hey, just walks in, turns around, walks out. I'm going to do a video on Socks the dog soon as well, probably next week. The videos I got coming up, yeah, so my client likes to have morning classes. So, as you know, South Korea is 3.5 hours ahead. So 4:30 for me here in Sri Lanka is 8 a.m. in Korea. So I got a video coming out on Monday, which is Sri Lankan English words. You guys are going to love that. And then we went for lunch with Mom and Dad. So that was just yesterday. Why did I leave Canada? Go to Korea. Why did I leave Korea? Why did I leave Korea and come to Sri Lanka? Talk about some of the jobs I've had over my life, some of the best and worst jobs. And the reason I'm going to do that video is because I was actually chatting with Lady Sarah, and I was mentioning one of the jobs I had in Korea, and she's like, "You did that job?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she was, "How did you get that job?" And I actually taught English to some very famous people, K-pop stars, movie stars, things like that. And I had never mentioned it to her. It's because it's not a big deal to me. Like I've had dinner with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. Not a big deal to me. That was 35 years ago. 30 years ago when they were filming a movie in Toronto. I'll talk about that later. You know, in one of my blogs about some of the jobs I had when I was younger, some of the things I've done. I look back on my life. I'm like, holy crap! I did a lot of good stuff. And I'm not like tooting my own horn or something. I was like, I'm looking at, wow, I actually did those things. Because to me, it's like it happened so long ago that I don't really remember it. It was a different lifetime ago. And then the other thing is, like, to me, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, those jobs, it's just my job. It was a pretty famous job. So I'm going to talk about socks, the dog, and someone mentioned they want to see Sri Lankan food. Like, what do I eat in a day? So I'm going to do a week-long video of the food that is prepared, Sri Lankan classic food, like curries, the rice, the string hoppers, the lentils, the different vegetables and stuff that are prepared by our cook every day for us to eat. So she prepares a balanced, healthy lunch and dinner. So I'll go through that. I'll do an update on what I do every day, because I'm going to be doing this for the next 3 months, this regular schedule. And the other one I want to do is what I do every day. And oh yeah, I'm going to do a pricing update, a cost of living update. I'm going to talk, and I'm going to do an update as well on financial situation, my personal financial situation, and the country's financial situation. Give me 1 second, guys. I just need to put this away, grab something. I'll be right back. I also wanted to open the door, the terrace door, for the dog. I think that's what she wants. She wants to go out there and take a look at what's going on in the world. So anyway, what else is going on? Oh, I'm just getting so excited and so ready for the holidays. We are November, December, January, 3 months away. It's hard to believe it's only 3 months. October, November, December, January. In 3 months, yeah, 3 months. January 25, I leave for Thailand for a month. And then at the end of that 1 month, I'll be heading over for a week in Vietnam, Phu Quoc. That's the plan. Lady Sarah supposedly is supposed to tell me today what the plan is. Sent her a message regarding that. So so I have my flight to Thailand and my flight back from Thailand. So no matter what, I have to be in Bangkok on March 2nd to fly home. Now that ticket can be changed, but I want to fly on Sri Lankan Airlines because, as I like Sri Lankan Airlines, number one. Number two, I can bid on an upgrade and get a business class seat for really, really cheap. I can fly from anywhere back to Sri Lanka, Singapore, Vietnam. I can't. I have to connect in from Vietnam, from Hanoi or something. But I found it's easiest to fly domestic or local back to Bangkok and then fly out of Bangkok back to Sri Lanka. That's easy. So from Bangkok, I will fly to Phuket. Phuket, I'll fly back to Bangkok and then transit. I won't enter the country. I'll transit, stay in the transit lounge, and then fly out on the second. But Lady Sarah said she might go 2 weeks vacation at the end of February. She doesn't know quite yet. So I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do for the end of March, the end of February, So she's coming out twice, once at the end of January and once at the end of February. So I decided, why should I fly to Bangkok or to Thailand, come back home, and then fly back again? Why don't I just stay? Because the cost of the flight is equal to me staying there, right? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work the 3 weeks that I am there, but I'm still going to have fun. I'm still going to go out at night, not every night, but on the weekends and stuff, and meet up with my friends and just relax and enjoy. But it's funny that I'm going from one tropical island to another tropical island, and when I return home, people are always, "Oh, I'm so sad. I want to go back on vacation." I'm like, I'm returning to a place where people go to vacation. That's the strangest thing. I'm on a tropical island and I'm leaving to go on a tropical island. It's a very unique situation, and I'm proud. And I'm not proud. I am humbled by the fact that I am able to do that. I'm so thankful that I'm able to do that. Let me just update something here. The work I gotta do later on. Messages coming in. Anyway, so my cousins are coming in for Christmas, and we were planning New Year's Eve, but I'm just like, I want to spend all that money, and just for me, for New Year's, it's not about, how do I want to put it? Like, I don't want to go, thank you. I don't want to go out for hours, sit around. I get tired. I don't know what it is. New Year's is not a thing for me. When I worked in the club, it was okay, but I was working, so it was just like any other night for me. But New Year's Eve, I'd rather just have something in the afternoon and toast with my family and friends. To do it right at midnight, it's not that big of a deal for me anymore. I'm not young. Even last year, I was like, I went to bed at 9 o'clock, woke up at 11, and then joined the party, and then went back to bed like at 12:15. It wasn't, and we were at the Camelot Beach Hotel. I was exhausted. Like, to get ready, arrive at the location at 6, 7 p.m., sit down, and you're sitting for hours. It's not my style. It's not my thing. And then the cost. So it's like $100 US just for the event. And then I don't want to have to wait for the driver and then drive at night, drive at night on that kind of a night with crazy people everywhere, drunk drivers and everything, at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning before I get home. And then the driver loses his night to be with his family and friends. And, I would get a hotel room. But the hotel rooms are like $300, $400 a night. So just for me would be, $400 or $500 a night. For mom and dad, another $400, $500. $1,000 just to do New Year's Eve? No, thank you. I could put that in the bank and earn money. Speaking of, gosh, oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. My stocks are just, I'm just, I'm not watching them day by day by day. I just get a report every week, and I'm up. I have 5 stocks, 5 securities. So I have a banking stock, alcohol, tobacco, telecom, and oil. And one of them is up like 1-2%. The other one is up 24%. So overall, I'm up about 10-11% in 1 month, 2 months, month and a half. So I didn't do it for them to go up. I did it for the dividend. The dividend is between 15 and 21%. And these stocks are undervalued. The PME and everything. I did my research. One of you was commenting earlier on, make sure you do a lot of research. Don't trust a broker. But, I did get advice from the broker. Obviously, they're in the business to make sure that you continue doing business with them, because if I'm not happy with him, I'll just go to somebody else. And he was recommended by a friend. So his recommendations have panned out. I'm happy with them. His customer service is excellent. I've never met him. I just text, and he replies almost immediately through WhatsApp. And one of the beautiful things about this system is that, let me just check the sound level to make sure. It's working fine. I did everything online. I applied online, I registered online, I signed up online, I deposited my money online, and I trade online. I never left my desk. I did everything from my desk. So I'm really happy about that. And so right now, I'm only about 10% of my assets are in the stock market. I'm going to shift at the end of the year. I'm going to shift about another 20% into that. And then I'm going to do about 20% or 30% in actual physical gold. The cost of gold in Sri Lanka is really cheap compared to the rest of the world. Now, I can't export gold physically, but if I wanted to, I could. I have a limit. I think it's 40 grams, 50 grams. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I didn't look it up because I'm not interested in doing that. But if, let's say, for example, I wanted to, I'm not sure of the exact numbers, but I think it's 1 gram, and I bought it here and I took it to Thailand to sell it, I would make $50 US just on 1 gram. That's the difference. That is the difference between buying it in Sri Lanka and selling it in Thailand. Now, there's fees and et cetera, et cetera. I don't know how much that would be, but still, the base price is different, right? So that's a positive. But the reason I want to buy it is because gold is always appreciating. Now in Sri Lanka, you cannot buy gold shares, gold stocks, or like gold securities or anything. You have to buy physical gold and hold it in your hand, which means I have to get a safety deposit box at the bank. And put it there. There's no way I'm leaving it in the house. I have a safe here, but no thanks. not with the amount that I want to buy. So my plan again is to buy and hold for 1 year, 2 years. For example, if I had bought 10% of my assets in gold last year, this year it would have been up 24%. That's a pretty good return on investment, right? 24%. So it's a hedge on inflation and exchange and blah, blah, blah. Gold always goes up. I mean, it's never gone down in the history of man over time. The one thing about the stocks is that I bought the stocks in the third quarter of 2024. The third quarter of 2025 is when the dividends pay out. So we're looking at, in 1 year, not only will I make money on the shares as they go up, but I'll also make money on the dividend. So I'm projecting a 34% increase in the value of my portfolio, which is a good thing, considering that currently term deposits are paying 7-8%. So I'm happy. Making money, putting it in the bank and saving it. That is the key to success, people. I mean, it's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. Spend less, save more, right? Which is not what I'm doing. I just spent $200 on new screens. Oh my gosh. So when I moved up here, my screens finally gave out. The 2 screens I've had for I'm sure those screens are more than 5 to 8 years old. I don't even remember where I got them. One of them maybe is newer, like at least 3 years old, but I know that one of them is like 10 years old, 8 years old, 5 years old. It's old. They started ghosting. Both of them at almost the same time. So I have one screen, this one right here, the main one. It's a high-end, high quality, high refresh rate, 4K monitor. I love it. This is the one I play games on. The other 2 are just like secondary. They're not important. They're there for work, for data, so that I can look at something and go, oh, okay, yeah, that's what we're talking about. Oh, okay, it's a static screen. I don't have to keep opening up tabs, like multiple tabs, right? So that's why I have multiple screens. Like, for example, this is the camera. And then on this screen, I'll have the stuff I'm sharing with my student. Then on this screen, I'll have my calendar, my internet, my schedule, like other stuff. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, email are all here. And on the laptop, I'll have like the applications, like the Zoom application start menu, my messaging app, my monitor showing the CPU status, just monitoring the temperature, the status, and everything like that on my computer. And then also the my documents, my folder, like with all the my files and stuff like that. And the upper 2 monitors are going to be static data, like countdown clocks for my class, cameras to look outside. So when the doorbell rings, I don't have to run all the way downstairs. I used to be downstairs right by the front door, so I could just walk over. Now I have the camera. My stocks, I'll have that running. Because I'm waiting on an IPO. So I just want news on that. And anything else I want to put on the upper monitors that are just static. What else do I have? Oh yeah, world clock. So I know what time it is wherever I am doing business in. So the 2 screens started to go. So I wanted to go check out, I wanted to go downtown. But I don't have time to go all the way there and come all the way back because it's a trip. It's like, an hour there, an hour back. Not really an hour. It's about 35, 40 minutes, but let's say an hour there, an hour back. And then at least an hour to buy because the paperwork is. So anyways, we went to a couple places here locally in my town, Jayala town. Went to Singer, which is like a Best Buy. Went to Glowmart, they didn't have anything. Went to Singer, they had one monitor. And she wanted 3 lakhs. A lakh is 100,000 rupees. She wanted 300,000 rupees for this 24-inch monitor. I'm like, are you insane? I wanted to pay 30,000, not 300,000. She wanted $1,000 for a monitor. I'm like, I want 2 of them. I'm not paying $2,000 for monitor. I'm like, no, forget it. And then she's like, oh, okay, I have this one online, which is like, it was like 38,000. And then I looked at it in more detail, and on the back, I need those mounts because I mount them on poles, right? They don't sit on the desk. My monitors are not sitting on the desk, they're up high. They're actually, the monitors are up here. I'm looking at the top monitors, and now I'm looking at the other monitors. So you can see they're just above my head level. They're not sitting on the desk because the desk space is clear. Very ergonomic. It didn't have the mount. We call it a VESA, VESA mount. So then you can attach the arms to the back of the monitor. It didn't have those, so I said, forget it. Then Desmond took me to another store, which I had forgotten about, which is more like a distributor, like a warehouse type of place. And there's no store. You just go in and you talk to them, and then they have everything in the back. And they had Lenovo 24-inch 1080p 100 megahertz monitors for 32,000 each. So I got they're actually the Lenovo distributor. My laptop is a Lenovo. So they're the distributor. So he gave me a good deal, gave me a discount. And I got 2 of them. I set them up. Love it. And then the third monitor I had, which is the main one, which is this one right here, is the high-end graphics resolution one that I use for. It's 144 megahertz refresh rate, and it's 4K. So it's beautiful. What else? So I got that set up. Camera's working really well. I figured it out how to use my camera. I'm really happy with it. I hope you guys like the quality of the video. The other thing is that I still need to play around with the indoor settings. So instead of using the 360, I use my brand new S23 with a 200 megapixel camera. Oh my God. For indoor shots. So I'm going to be switching between the 2 cameras. So the Insta360 is going to be for outdoor, and the S23 is going to be for indoor. Because it's just much cleaner look for that. So the next video that I'm going to be doing today, editing today, later on today, that'll be coming out on Monday. Will it be coming out on Monday? Yes, that video will be coming out on Monday. That was what I produced on Saturday. And I'm going to edit it today, and it will come out on Monday. See how quickly I make on Saturday, edit on Sunday, and publish on Monday, just for you guys. Anyway, I got all my cousins coming in for Christmas. That's going to be a lot of fun. My brother's coming in for Christmas. I'm going to have all the cousins together. So we're going to have a family, mother's side family Christmas dinner at the house. My father's side is also coming. But it'll be every single cousin on my mother's side. I think 90% of the cousins will be here. Also, some cousins I've never met. So that'll be fun. What else is going on? Vitamins. I have to take all these vitamins. I should take my vitamins now too. So vitamin D, amlodipine. I forget what this one is for. It's cholesterol. Aspirin, low dose aspirin, and multivitamin. Very simple. And the only reason I'm taking these is just to use them up. Once I'm finished, I probably won't order anymore. There's no use in throwing these away or wasting them. My other cholesterol, not cholesterol, what was it? Which vitamins? There was prostate. Those ones I gave away. I had a whole bunch, and I didn't need them anymore. So I gave them back to the pharmacy, and they donated it to a charity, which was really nice. I don't like wasting, especially medication. I mean, medication is a touchy subject because, it's medication, right? But, I mean, this is a poor country. They were more than happy to accept it. What did I just do? Wrong pills. Same pills. All right. Pay attention to what I'm doing. All right, so vitamin D, yeah. What else is going on? Halloween is coming up, but I don't do the Halloween thing anymore. I'm too old for that, and it means I have to go out. I don't want to go. Darren, good to see you, brother. How are you? Hope you're well. Are you in China or are you still home? Because you should be getting ready to head over here. I was just saying you're going to be here in a couple of weeks. So I hope you're well and happy to have the wife back at home from her trip over to Europe. If anyone has any advice on Phu Quoc, Vietnam, I've heard some things. Well, okay. First of all, Vietnam as a whole. I'm going to a tourist. I'm not going to Hanoi. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying in one place for the whole week. I'm flying direct to Phu Quoc. I'm not transiting anywhere. But I have heard some things. I heard this place is really nice. Okay, Phu Quoc is a tourist destination. But I heard something unsettling yesterday, which I would like some reassurances. Is that you get issued a visa, but then the visa is incorrect and they don't let you board your flight. Now, I don't understand why they would do that because they're losing money. Right? I didn't read the full story. I should look up the full story and get more details, more information, but I will do that later. Right now, if anybody has information, wants to share it, you can. Don't worry too much about it. I'll figure it out on my own. But it just sounds weird to me. I don't believe everything I see on the internet because a lot of people are just, clickbaiting or whatever. Like I'm telling my mother, don't believe everything you read on the internet. It's not real. 95% of the stuff you see online is wrong. Well, Darren's back from China, sick all week from dodgy oysters. I'm sorry to laugh at. I'm very sorry to laugh at you. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the situation. Okay, the situation is very comical because I got sick from Pizza Hut. And it took me 3 days to recover from that. Let me tell you something. And I think that's what got Dad sick. Because I think I mentioned Dad had a little episode. We were kind of concerned because he was like dizzy and stuff like that, and non-responsive. And it turned out that he was just dehydrated from food poisoning. So I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the situation. Well, I hope you feel better soon and doesn't knock you out too badly. But you have lots of time to recover before your trip because I hate flying when I'm sick. Oh my God. Yesterday we went to Gallery Cafe for lunch with Mom and Dad. Oh, he had a great time. He was in high spirits. He ate so much. I mean, he's in really healthy. He's feeling much better. At much better spirits because the doctor told him, you got to exercise more. You got to get your body moving. You got to drink more water, etc. So he listens to the doctor. He doesn't listen to us. He listens to the doctor. But we actually met a nice couple from Brisbane. They were on their way home, their first time in Sri Lanka. So the Australian contingent is strong in Sri Lanka. What else is going on? Not much. I mean, it's just a regular week, guys. I'm working. Like the schedule is just. Oh, yeah, I will try to see the comet tonight. Yeah, I will try to see the comet tonight, and I'm going to use the Galaxy S23 to take pictures. I have a mount for that and a tripod for that. So I'm going to put it up and do a night shoot with the aperture open and as much light coming in to show, one of those special things where you see the stars move like that. So yeah, every time I do this, you see the microphone. There's the microphone right there. So the way my desk is now set up, it's much further back. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to bring the screens forward, but I kind of like them there because then I don't have to turn. This is how much I have to turn my head. Previously, I was about this close and I had to actually turn my head like this to see. And I actually had this monitor way back, so I had to actually turn like this to look. I don't like that. Now I have everything like, instead of 180 degrees, they're like about 120 degrees. So it's much more comfortable for me. But everything's a little further away, so I had to have the microphone right here to be able to hear. You guys, yeah. So the sound is right there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll move the microphone over here so that I can have it actually right in front of my face. I'm not sure because it's on a stand, so when I'm finished with it, I can just go like that and move it out of the way. But I'm not sure. My students and everyone are okay with this. It's just that this room is really hot because the sun shines right into it. And we can't run the air conditioner during the day because when the air conditioner clicks on, the solar power flicks on and off because it doesn't have enough power to power the aircon as well as the house. So when it does that switch between the main power system and the solar power system, there's a dip in the electricity. And unless you have a uninterrupted power supply, you lose, everything shuts off, TV, microwave, whatever. So you have to turn it back on. And when it does it every 30 seconds, that's not a good thing. So we have the techs coming in next week. They're actually supposed to upgrade the solar power system with the new batteries and putting in 2 new panels so that we have more juice. Because when my brother comes, he uses aircon. He can't handle this heat. It's too hot for him. For me, this is actually cold. Last night was 26 degrees. That was cold. Earlier in the week when we had rain, oh my gosh. Last week I was shivering. I had to have a blanket. I had to wear pants. I put on a spring jacket to sleep. But I was feverish, so that could have been part of it. But it still was a little chilly. Wasn't as humid. Today, like right now, we're at 7:30 in the morning, and we are at 29.6 in this room and 77%. This room is about 2 degrees warmer than the rest of the house. So there you have it. Anyway, I'm going to wrap things up today. Darren, I want to say thanks again, brother, for joining. I hope you feel better real soon and that it's not too uncomfortable. I'm glad you're back home safe and sound. Rack up those air miles, brother. Rack up those air miles. That's all I got to say. And, oh, by the way, think about it. If you want to come to Thailand you and Janet want to come to Thailand for a week or so, I'm there. I have a 2-bedroom condo open for you, or anybody who wants to come to Thailand from February 2nd till February 22nd. Let me know. I do have a few other friends who are tentatively coming, so as long as there's a opening, you guys are more than welcome to join Sri Lankan Sammy as Thai-tastic Sammy during my February vacation in Thailand in 2025. So, yeah. What else? That. Stay tuned for the videos coming out. All right, brother. I just made the offer because you're my number one. Okay, so I just made the offer. No worries, brother. We'll meet halfway in Sri Lanka. How's that? It's not halfway. You know what I mean. Again, I do want to say thanks to everybody who is watching. I see you guys watching the videos after the fact. I truly appreciate that. Lots of love. Make sure you click an ad and watch an ad all the way through. That does help support the channel. Truly appreciate that. And here it comes, Socks the dog. I opened the terrace for you so you can go outside. There you go. There she goes. She comes in because she wants to go outside. She can see what the cows are doing. There's cows over there. So she wants to see what the cows are doing. Anyways, I will see you guys on the other side. I want to say thank you to Terry, to our friend from Indonesia, our other friend who wants to remain anonymous. Thank you guys for reaching out, and I will do my best to help you as much as I can. And those of you who are interested in a life coach consulting, please click the link, Buy Me a Coconut, and look at other options where you can book time with me for 1 hour, 2 hour session, and we can discuss your personal situation and my opinions and my thoughts on what you can do to better your life. I'll tap into my 55 years of life experience, my global travel, my work experience, and offer any suggestions I can to help support you in your life goals. Sri Lankan Sammy, retired with mom and dad. I will see you all on the other side.